feels pretty good, doesn't it? Thank you very much, and thank you, Chris Steinacher, for the music. It's uplifting. As bad as it is out there, and believe me, I know it's bad. Where would you rather be than right here in Tampa Bay to face this crisis? I think there's no better place to be. I heard someone say maybe Dubai, but that's too far away. So we've got a lot happening here, and there's no place I'd rather be as we start to come out of what has been a true financial crisis in our economy. But in spite of that, this really has been a tremendous year. We've got a broad base of leadership from throughout this region that's coming together so that we are starting to realize on the goal of this being one region, one bay, one vision, one group that brings this great area to its full potential. We set some tremendous goals 3 years ago when we adopted the bigger, bolder, and better strategic plan, and we've accomplished those goals. In fact, we've exceeded those goals, and as we finish this year, we can look back with a lot of pride on the accomplishments that have been made. But we're not going to focus on that because it would just take so much time. It's highlighted in your annual report. I encourage you to read that. What I really want us to do is to focus on how great this is and this region is and what we can do to really bring it to its full potential. Now, let's just stop 1 second and think about it. Mayor Iorio said we have it all. Well, we truly do have it all. She put a caveat in there, except for light rail, and that's coming. The train is coming. So that's on its way, but we really do have it all. And take 1 second to think about it. We've got great cities. We've got great suburbs. We've got rural communities that add to the flavor and character and charm of this region. We've got the best sports venues that you can imagine. I mean, we've had the Super Bowl. We're going to have the Super Bowl in February on the tails of having the World Series in October right here in this region. We're going to host the ACC. We're going to host the ACC championship game at the end of the football season. We're going to we just finished hosting the women's Final Four last year, and the examples go on and on and on with the great sports venues that we have to add to the quality of life in this wonderful community. Our universities, the University of South Florida has come on with such strength to be a national research university. It's got wonderful leadership, and it's such an earnings engine for our economy here in this region. Eckerd College, the University of Tampa, St. Leo, and all of the colleges and universities that make up this area brings youth and vitality and innovation and forward thinking to this region, and second to none. Just a wonderful place for attracting the youth as they come in to be educated in this region. We've got research facilities and medical complexes second to none. I mean, you've got to be proud of all of the medical resources that are here and are growing here. Airports. I see Lewis Miller over here. We've got the best airport in the world right here in Tampa Bay. When we round out our transportation so that it matches the anchor of the airport throughout this region, we will truly have set ourselves apart in a worldwide arena with regard to the ability to move people in and out of this region and within this region. We've got seaports that are growing and that are adjusting to the changes in the environment and the economy that brings so much vitality and strength and financial impact to this region. You know, if you were in any other place, these are the things that you would just be the meeting would be about. How do we get these kinds of earnings engines here? We've got the beaches that give us a great quality of life and give us diversity. We've got the charm of ranging all the way from Sarasota County up through Hernando County in this great region. And as far east, Mayor, as a wonderful Polk County and the city of Lakeland and Winter Haven. And so this is a great region. Don't lose sight of how lucky we are to be here in spite of these tough times. But we can't let inertia be our driver from here on out. We've had great growth. We've got wonderful weather. We don't have a personal income tax. People have come to this area, but that's not what's going to give us the kind of growth we want going forward. In order to have the smart growth, the right jobs, we're going to have to develop a guide to our prosperity through meaningful policy and investment in future key economic drivers. Through a lot of hard work over the past year by an engaged group of leaders from across the region, we have built a new 3-year strategic plan to join with what has happened for the bigger, bolder, better plan that we're just finishing up. And that plan really has 4 key drivers: innovation, human capital, infrastructure, and quality places. And now those are a lot of words, and you wonder how in the world we're going to bring that down to something that we can really grasp. And it's really 4 focuses. A focus on regional prosperity by creating a common vision for what we want this region to be. Now that's hugely important. It's no longer done in the back smoke-filled rooms and as it had been in our past. Now, this region's future will be determined by thousands of people giving input as to what they want this region to do and to shape into, so that it's inclusive, they're engaged, and we create a common vision. That's a critical part of this, and we're working very hard on that now and have made great progress, as you'll learn a little later on. A blueprint for economic development, that's really jobs. We're talking about smart jobs. If we want to improve the quality of life in this region, we need to bring educated, highly skilled, committed, engaged people by making sure that the jobs we attract are those kinds of jobs, and not just let inertia and growth for growth's sake be our driver. A transportation strategy. This region has got to have a thoughtful and ongoing dialogue on transportation. It will determine our future more than any other single thing that we do, is to be sure that we stay ahead of the curve in transportation so that people want to come here because of the quality of the way we move people around in the region. And it allows us to take advantage of all the resources that we can get from one place to another in an efficient, safe, and rapid manner. And then finally, we're going to focus on advocacy and leadership. And by that I mean the partnership is going to start to take strong stands on things that we think are important for the quality of this region going forward from an economic development standpoint. It will not always be universally agreed to. We will find that we have differences of opinion, but our opinion is going to be on what's right for the economic development of this region as it's shaped by the common vision that's going to come from our collaborative efforts throughout the region. And then we're going to work hard to make sure that those issues are heard, those thoughts are known, and that we move continually in that direction. And that's where our leadership will come in. We'll continue to assemble the absolute best in quality leadership to help us get that done. So I think that there's no question that we're on our way to reaching our full potential. It's a long road, but the payoff is significant. And I invite all of you to stay engaged, stay involved in the Tampa Bay Partnership, because we can have the greatest influence on the quality of life in this region where we live and work than I think any other organization. So, in conclusion, let me tell you how much I have enjoyed my time as chair. I pass the reins off to my successor, who we will elect in a few minutes, but I will stay very engaged and involved in working on transportation initiatives as we go into next year. Thank you very much.